Hello everybody. Yesterday I received this beautiful EPIPHONE DC Pro. DC stands for double cut, and it's design inspired by 70s double cut guitar. So it's a kind of a retro design. And I want to give you a short overview in 6 parts. First, the negative issue I had with that guitar. Second, the finish, how the guitar is built, the look, the specification. Third, fourth, the playability of the guitar. 5, I want to explain you how I solved the issues I had with that guitar. And at the end, I give you my opinion about the guitar. So let's start. We begin with the negative issues, with the problems I had, because recently I bought the Peter Frampton for $1,000. I had to send back 3 guitars. They all had an issue. And so I was warned a bit about the custom shop special runs, because the standard run, it seems, that works with EPIPHONE. I haven't heard much about problems, but the special run, the custom shop, it seems they have some issues. And with that guitar, there are 3 problems. First, the neck wasn't straight, so on the first 4-5 frets I had it muted when I wanted to play, so I had to straighten the neck. I show you at the end of the video how I solved it. The second is some screws in the guitar doesn't fix well, they are overturned. And the third major problem, I think this guitar costs $600 in Europe, nearly $700. And it comes with no hard case, no gig bag, nothing. And the problem with that is you can't buy a hard case that fits that guitar, because the Les Paul hard case is too small. And they say you can buy a Genesis 2 hard case. That's the production number 940 EG2CS. But EPIPHONE doesn't sell that hard case. So actually I don't know, when you're traveling, if you're on tour, what are you doing with that guitar? You can just buy a soft case, a gig bag, and that's it. I can show you. This is a EPIPHONE Les Paul hard case, and as you can see, the guitar doesn't fit in. You can force to put the guitar in, but that's not good, because the horn touches the shell, the hard shell, and the headstock is pushed against the hard case. So on the long run, it wouldn't be good for the instrument. Until now it doesn't sound really great or enthusiastic, but let's go to the bright side now, to the sunny side of that guitar. And the guitar is really well built with top materials. The headstock is beautiful. They call it dove wings, like a flying bird. It's all inlay, not just silk screen. It's really pearlescent inlay with the wine here. The inlays on the fretboard, really beautifully made. The guitar is made of mahogany, 24 frets. The fretboard is Ferro, so you don't have the issue with the citrus papers. If you want to sell the guitar abroad, whatever, You don't have to care, you can sell it, you can ship it, because rosewood now needs these citrus papers, and that's quite expensive, and you have to get the papers and all that stuff. So Ferro is fine. The binding is nice. The veneer is extremely beautiful, certainly quarter zone. It looks like tiger stripes. It's a AAA. There is no scratch plate, but with this AAA maple veneer, I think that's perfect, because there is no need to put a scratch plate. And with the abalone inlays, it looks so beautiful. There is no need for a scratch plate. The guitar specs are of high-end metal machine heads. The guitar is well balanced. If you think Gibson Les Paul is a bit the backy, I call them backies, they are a bit heavier at the backside, so you have to hold them all the time or they fall down, and you can have a neck break if the guitar falls down. The Fender, especially the Stratocaster, is a bit heady. I call them headies. They are a bit heavier on the front side, so you have to hold the neck, but that's more comfortable because you hold the neck, the guitar that way. So the backies are a bit, you have to keep it with your thumb or your arm. Gibson Les Paul. And this one is well balanced. You can leave, you can go through your sheets and all that stuff. You can prepare your amp, and the guitar stays where it should. That's great. And then you got two ProBuckers. The Chinese humbuckers are named ProBuckers. The American ones are the burst buckers. So they are ProBuckers, Chinese one. They are made after the Alnico 2s. That means the Gibson Les Paul 1957, or better known as the PAF. The PAF are well known for a fat sound, heavy bass, and good high tones, but the mid-range is a bit weak. So this DC have a great solution. They have push-pull, coil splitting on both humbuckers. So when you play in a metal band or in a heavy blues band and you want to play a solo, then you can pull the knob up and you have a single coil. And the single coil is a bit brighter, so it's easier to be heard when you play a solo, when you play the single coil. And then it's called the treble bleed circuit. It's also built in, and Fender built that in their Stratocaster Pro, I believe. And that means the treble bleed circuit, when you turn down a bit your guitar from 10 to 9, 8, 7, then the high notes vanishes a bit and the bass become dominant. And the treble bleed circuit looks that the full range is still in shape. So even the high E or B strings are clear. So it's not a change of tone when you go down a bit. So the treble bleed circuit is a great thing. Then they have on the tone knob also push-pull. They have a phase reverse. And phase reverse means that mutes a bit the bass and the mid-range. So, and the high notes, the bright notes sounds a bit twingy. And it resembles me to the early 60s rock and roll beat pop bands. It sounds a bit early 60s. That's great. I like that. But the phase reverse, that means a phase when you have a parallel pickups. both go up the same time, goes down the same times. And if you have a phase reverse, they are the opposite. If one goes up, the other goes down. And that makes this kind of out of phase tone. But it sounds great. So I think what they did, it's great stuff. They give you a full range of possibilities with that guitar. That's great. Lightweight, it's well balanced, you can hold it on your lap, you can do whatever you want, it stays where it should. One of the most important parts of a guitar to me is the neck, and the neck is a Gibson neck 43169 and medium jumbo frets, 24 frets, easy access because of the double cut, you can play wherever you want, easy access to all strings, and the neck shape, it's called Custom C. It's a rounded, comfortable 0.828. That's around 21 millimeters. If you think 59 got a 2.5 25 millimeters, so it's a comfortable rounded neck, not too heavy but not too thin. It's really comfortable also for people with smaller hands or larger fingers. It should fit for nearly all people. And in the upper frets, the back is a bit smaller but wider, so you have enough space for playing solos. So the playability is really comfortable. Then it's body shaped here. When you hold that guitar, it's comfortable here. It's not too heavy there. You can play for hours the guitar because the neck is comfortable, and so the playability is really perfect. First, the problem with the hard case isn't solved yet, but I hope that Epiphone will make the right hard case for that guitar. Certainly if it becomes a success, I have no doubt that this guitar will become a big success. First, the screws, where the screws turn and doesn't hold anymore because some Epiphone employees turn too much. And you can solve that problem also with a bolt-on neck or on fender. When they unscrew the neck too many times, then it can be that the screws doesn't hold anymore as they should. Take a toothpick, take a bit of white glue, put a bit of white glue and stick it in the hole and wait for 2 hours. Then you can screw the screw together. If it's a small hole, screw hole, then cut a bit away and then cut it on the right side, and then with this extra wood the screw will hold like new. And the third issue I had was the neck wasn't straight, so I had mute strings on the first few frets. And if you have a neck problem in the upper part of the neck, don't lift the bridge. Then tighten or untighten with the truss rod. Take the plate away, take the truss key, and if you tighten, that's against the watch, the clock. The watch turns that way, so you have, when you want to tighten a Gibson Epiphone, you have to go from right to the left. But mine was, and when you tighten, the neck goes back. Gibson's always, when you tighten, the neck goes back. If you give a relief, the neck comes forward. That's what I had to do. So I turned 1.5 on from left to the right. So I gave a relief to the neck, and now, as you can hear, the strings are free again. You can check it with a plectrum or a small cardboard papers. When you hold the string here, and you can see if it falls through or if it's blocked. So work with the truss rod in the upper, and if you have a problem here, then you can lift the bridge. So I solved the problem. Now the neck is fine, straight. This guitar is a fantastic instrument, extremely versatile, also very comfortable to play. It ticks nearly all the boxes. Epiphone did a great job, but we will see now on them. It's not the Gibson. It's maybe not that strong, powerful, but it's a great instrument, and the competitors for that instrument will be the PRLSC, the Asian-made ones, Sterling Music Man, the Sterling line, and maybe SP, the LTT. But we will see an instrument between $400 and $800. This is a real challenge for all the others. If you buy one, you won't be disappointed. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon.